take a look at this story now. So the Pretoria High Court upheld an earlier ruling requiring that municipalities stop charging consumers unlawful electricity tariffs. Over 100 municipalities are now likely forced to reimburse consumers for some of the amounts that they allegedly charged for electricity since July the 1st. Well, lobby group AfriForum challenged the manner in which municipalities applied for the electricity hikes. For more on this, we're joined by Hilton Trollip, who's an energy analyst. Hilton, a good afternoon. It's afternoon now. Afternoon to you, and thank you so much for joining us. I think about how here in Johannesburg, there's been the discussion around the 200 Rand surcharge, and now we're talking about municipalities possibly needing to reimburse community members or people in their areas. How did we get here, in your view?
Good afternoon, my lady. We've got about 5 minutes before your next program. So the long answer is it's been a long trip to get here. The short answer is we've ended up with laws and an electricity system at municipalities that has got many problems. One of the big problems is that the municipalities, many of them, don't have the technical and administrative capacity to bill their clients properly and to do these so-called cost of supply studies. So if I can just explain what the cost of supply study is.
Please, yeah.
Eskom sells electricity to the municipality. The municipality then sells electricity to users. But the municipality buys it in bulk, like wholesale. And then to sell it to the users, the municipality has to run an electricity department with all the wires and transformers and maintenance and billing, etc., etc. So this cost of supply study is meant to be what it costs the municipality to take the Eskom electricity and sell it to users. So, and that's the first step. So in an ideal world, the municipality would do the cost of supply study. They would add that cost to the Eskom price, and they'd charge the users that.
Okay.
The trouble is that in this, and that's the rule. Okay. Why the municipality has to set the price is because we don't have an electricity market. The only place you can get electricity from is Eskom or a municipality.
Sure.
And if you're a municipal customer, you can only get it from the municipality. That's most households. So that's the next thing. So the price has to be set. Now, these municipalities that haven't given cost of supply studies, they haven't done it for years, but the price still has to be set. And now prices go up every year. You noticed inflation, salaries, the cost of the municipality. We won't even go into corruption. So each year, the municipality has to put its price up to cover the additional costs, according to a reality, because if it doesn't, it will then not be able to recover the costs and it'll go into the red. Now, the next thing is that most of our municipalities in South Africa, it is a fact, are bankrupt. They're mainly bankrupt because of the electricity departments that have not managed to bill their users because of electricity theft and because of corruption. So the long story is we start off with all of these bankrupt electricity departments, and they're not charging enough to cover their costs. And the law says that they have to have a cost of supply study, but they don't have it done. And they put their tariff up anyway. And then AfriForum comes in, and the law says, but you have to have done a cost of supply study.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can't put your cost up. So AfriForum look like the heroes because they're making the municipalities stick to the law.
Yeah.
But it's not the whole picture, because the whole picture is the municipality hasn't done the cost of supply study and probably can't because it doesn't have the capacity. So the law has to change. And there is where we're sitting at the moment. We're sitting with a legal system for municipalities from NERSA, from the National Energy Regulator of South Africa, and tariff setting, which doesn't match onto the institutional realities of municipalities.
Yeah.
So I do think it's a bit rich coming from AfriForum to now force these municipalities to try and pay the money back to the customers, because in many cases, these municipalities can't even bill the customers to start with, and there's electricity theft.
Yeah.
If those municipalities have to start trying to pay all those customers back, it's just a mess.
So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's quite technical what you've described, and
Yeah.
it is. But and one of the things I was going to ask you is why then are we not doing these cost of supply studies? And you've answered that talking about the capacity issue. I'm wondering if I'm watching this conversation right now. It's a Saturday afternoon. I'm sitting in my home and I've got an electricity bill, perhaps that I feel is too high, and I just want continued electricity supply. I want the broader discussion. I want to know. What is going to stabilize my supply and lower my costs? Is the answer then the bigger conversation around diversifying our energy mix? Is that too far?
That, Naledi, just complicates matters further. For the moment, what we have to do is take what we've got and stabilize it. So we've got to stabilize our municipalities at the administrative level through elections. Now, I'll add this is my opinion here.
Yeah.
Anybody can go to your electorate and say, electricity costs too much, the municipality is not sticking to the law, and we think electricity should be cheaper, and get voted in.
Yeah.
But those aren't the people that are facing the hard realities, that in fact, the reasons behind all of this is maladministration to start with. So we keep on voting in people that can't run proper municipalities, and it's at the level of governance of the stable running of the administration, including the electricity department. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Without that, we're going nowhere. But until then, we're going to have to put the price of electricity up, because there's no, people say we're paying too much for electricity. Somebody has to pay for the municipal employees, for the wires, for the transformers, for the electricity from Eskom. Many of these municipalities are hugely in debt to Eskom. They haven't even paid for the bulk electricity. And that's another story. That money has disappeared in corruption. So we've got to stabilize the administration first. I'd just say that's the first step. You're not going to get it through an energy mix or renewables or this or that. We have to stabilize this whole system. Because without a working electricity system, we've got very little. I'm going to add one.
10 seconds.
Recently, we've fixed through this electricity amendment bill, the top is starting to get fixed. The bulk supply from Eskom and from the private sector. The next step, we've known it for 20 years, is we have to fix the municipal laws and the municipal setup. We have to look at that now, and we are looking at it now. The government's looking.
Yeah.